Hey everybody, it's GI Jetman again, and happy Halloween, everybody that's still out there enjoying it. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't get drunk. Shave your, don't shave your cream or toilet paper people's houses. Just have fun. I'm sure a lot of kids and everybody got candy, uh, but I am here again. And episode 2 of GI Jetman's favorite rankings. And tonight we're going to do a special Halloween edition and rank my 20 favorite Halloween TV show episodes. Now they are mostly sitcoms, and meaning situation comedies. You know, I love TV, and I don't know. Hey Fox. Hope you have fun in the tent. Thanks for coming up and saying hi. Don't forget to smash the like button. Say hi to Tony. Happy Halloween. And we're just going to rank some situation comedies. People know that I love TV. I love comedies. And I wanted to do something special for Halloween. So I'm going to start my list of my favorite 20 favorite Halloween TV show episodes. Now, there are a couple episodes from the same show, but that's just because they're my favorite show, and I had to put these episodes on here. So let's get started. Number 20 is from the Disney Plus show WandaVision. Episode 6, the Halloween Spooktacular. Hey, Bobby Wald. I should mention that any show that I've never watched won't be on my list because I haven't seen the show, and I didn't have time to go through every show ever made to catch their Halloween episodes. But sorry about that. Bobby Wald, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Community, I never watched that. Sorry. So number 20 is WandaVision, the Halloween Spooktacular, which was episode 6, and it was funny. I will do that. Okay, that makes me want to binge watch it. Is that the one with Chevy Chase? I believe. But that's number 20 on the Vision, the Halloween Spectacular. That's the episode after the reveal of the new Quicksilver, the fake Quicksilver, Ralph Boner, and Wanda and Vision dress up as in their comic version outfits as a gypsy and a clown, I believe, or magician, in their comic version outfits, and the kids learn their powers. So that's number 20. Okay, yeah. I think that's the one the Russo brothers produced too, because that's why all those actors are in the show. I just never sat down and watched it, but I might take a look when I get some time. Thanks for telling me about it. And number 19 is from the sitcom Superstore, episode Costume Competition, season 4, episode 4, and it's about a big box store like Walmart. They have the employees have a costume competition, and they all try to. The prize is a paid day off for any employee that wins. They all try to scam and win their way to the title, and it was funny. So That's number 19. Number 18 is a fairly new show. If you have the streaming service Peacock, you'll be able to watch it. But it's the sitcom Ted. The episode Subways, Bicycles, Automobiles, Season 1, Episode 4. And if you haven't watched it, it's really funny. If you liked the movie if you liked the movie Ted and Ted 2 with Mark Wahlberg, this is kind of like a prequel show when he was younger. And of course, Seth MacFarlane voices the teddy bear Ted. But it was a really funny sitcom. Ted's Ted and Johnny, the character, their cousin, goes to a party, gets drunk. Ted is the designated driver, and he accidentally gets drunk. So the caper is all funny. So if you get a chance if you have Peacock, it's not too expensive. Get a chance to binge watch it because it really is funny. And season 2 is coming out shortly, I believe. And number 17. Now, don't laugh. Because this number 17 is Saved by the Bell from the 90s. Season 4, episode 7, called Masquerade Ball. Now, this is the last season when Tiffany Thiessen and Elizabeth Berkley were off the show, and they brought in the new greaser girl, Tori, and Slater and Zach were vying to see who could kiss her first. Tori finds out and plays a little prank on him at the Masquerade Ball dance. And I believe they end up dancing with each other, Slater and Zach. It was just funny. And the mix up between them two and Screech and Screech's love letters to Lisa kind of getting mixed in with the whole Tori situation. Number 16 is Mike and Molly. If you watch Mike and Molly with Billy Gardell and Oscar nominee Melissa McCarthy, very funny show. It's called, the episode is Happy Halloween, Season 2, Episode 6. And it's about Molly is a teacher. She wants the assistant principal's job. She'll do anything to get it. And she drags the Halloween hater and Mike to a costume party as Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein to suck up to the principal, and just goes about that. And so it's just the antics and the funny thing. And on a side note, Mike's partner and his friend in the diner, if you've seen the show, as they become they dress up as the guy that lives in the sea in a pineapple, SpongeBob, and it's just going back. It's funny. So I had to put that on the list. Number 15 is one of the shows that has multiple episodes because, well, to be honest, I'm a big fan of the show, and Tim Allen is one of my favorite comedians and actors, and it's Home Improvement. Episode Crazy for You, Season 3, Episode 6. It's about Tim Taylor's wife, Jill. Is trying to get back at Tim for all the pranks he's played on her and everybody else. And they bang together and prank love letters to Tim, saying that he has a secret admirer. And come to find out at the end, it's Al dressed up in a red dress. And it's just with Tim Allen and Al and everybody going about it. Everybody's gained up against him. Wilson and Jill and the kids and all his friends. So it's just really funny. Hey, Joe fan, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. We're just ranking some TV shows, Halloween episodes. Thanks for stopping in. Happy Halloween. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah. when I was a kid, I used to love Halloween, and I love these shows when I watched them. And like I said earlier, there's no shows on here. I've seen all the shows on here. Any show that I have never watched won't be on the list. So happy Halloween to you. Tired from trick or treating with my son. That was good. Don't eat all his candy, Joe. So number 14 is a show According to Jim with Jim Belushi, and it's called Unruly Spirits, Season 1, Episode 5. And this show was a very underrated sitcom. It was very funny. Jim Belushi killed it, and it's Courtney Thorne Smith. And so it's about Jim is really into Halloween and wanting to take all his kids trick-or-treating. And their middle daughter, Gracie, is being a brat and jumping off the stairs. So she might get hurt. And the mother eventually grounds her and says, no trick-or-treating. She gets all upset, says, I hate you. And Jim ultimately breaks the pact, takes her out trick-or-treating anyway. They get in trouble, and then they try to punish her differently, and they can't come up with being good parents. And so it's just back and forth. And then on a side note, Dana, the other sister of Cheryl, pranks her brother Andy and thinking that he has a stalker, and it's really Dana doing it. So it's just back and forth with everybody. And this is one sitcom that all the kids are pretty cute, because sometimes they cast kids that are kind of homely. So no offense, but number 13 again is another Tim Allen show, and this is his newest one that's on right now on ABC Wednesday nights at 8. If you're interested, it's called Shifting Gears with Kat Dennings and Sean William Scott, aka Stifler from American Pie, and it's called Just Scary, Season 2, Episode 5. And this is one of the funniest episodes they've made so far in the 1.5 seasons that they've had. I know it's a new show, and it's just funny, and the back and forth with Tim's character and his girlfriend Eve, played by Jenna Elfman, wanting to stay over at his house and on Halloween night, and his wife has passed away. He feels bad because they're in his bed, and then his daughter, played by Kat Dennings, goes to a Halloween party dressed like a mama bear, and with Stifler's character and Daryl Chill Miller's character Stitch, who work for her father, and they go, and secretly she's in love with Gabe, Stifler's character, and his girlfriend is watching her, and it's just back and forth. They win the contest, and there's chemistry there. So it's just a really good show. If you have time, Wednesday nights at 8 on ABC, if you have that. If not, Hulu, the day before. It's Tim Allen is the god of sitcoms. He's had 4 successful sitcoms. I think this is his 4th one that he's had. The successful Home Improvement, Last Man Standing, Santa Clauses on Disney Plus, and now this one. So take a peek if you have time. And number 12, another Tim Allen show, another episode of Home Improvement. Like I said, I'm a Tim Allen fan, and I love his shows. And so it's A Night to Dismember, Season 7, Episode 5. This is the one in Season 7 where their younger son, Mark, is goth and quiet and has a friend just the same. And they make a movie. They make a movie about a kid's family who he hates, and he turns his family into aliens and sucks their brains and mind controls them. And the antics just they think it's a biographical movie about what Mark hating them, hating his family, and it's just back and forth. And they get Wilson into it, and it's just funny, and it's just he eventually comes out of the goth period, but it's a funny episode. Yeah, yeah. Tim Allen was great. I think everybody. I don't know. I mean, he's just whatever he's in. Even his movies, some of those movies that I like, and uh, if you see it, what was the one? I watched one once. I never saw it. It was him and Kirstie Alley, and they go to undercover in an Amish community, but it was hilarious. Yes, they did, Dan, and you'll see it on this list. So then, number 11, we go the 80s sitcom Elf, and the episode's called Some Same Enchanted Evening, Season 2, Episode 6. Yes, for richer and poorer. That's what it is. Thank you, Dan Alton. Yes, that's what it was. It was very funny. So, but number 11 is Elf, Some Enchanted Evening, Season 2, Episode 6. And when I was a kid watching TV, Elf was one of my favorite sitcoms. It still is. I think Elf. I gotta get myself a NECA Elf figurine because I just think he was hilarious. But it's about Elf. Elf wants to trick or treat, with their son, and they won't let him because he doesn't want to get found out. And then Willie, the father, needs a promotion, and he's pissed at his boss, so they throw a party, and Elf calls everybody, tells them it's a costume party, and he invites his boss, and it's just the antics and the back and forth with Willie and Elf. And the best part is when Elf comes to the door trick-or-treating, and he puts a zipper down his chest and make it look like a costume, so people will think he's someone dressed up like in an Elf costume. So it's hysterical. Yeah. It's on Tubi. Elf is on Tubi, all 4 seasons. Go back and watch it if you haven't, or if you want to get nostalgic. It's just hilarious. And number 10, back to Tim Allen. This time it's Last Man Standing. It's called Haunted House, Season 3, Episode 5. Vanessa, Mike Baxter's wife, is running the PTA Haunted House and mentoring her daughter Kristen. And they go and practice night at the school, and Mike and Vanessa's grandson goes in the haunted house and runs out because he's scared. And it's just great. And the best part is when the father, Ryan, runs out behind him wrapped in toilet paper, yelling for Boyd. And Vanessa steps back, lets Kristen run it herself. And Mike talks Boyd into going back and going at Halloween night. And he decides to go by himself because even though he's scared from this big Halloween spider, but he goes in and tells him they get him to bribe him going back. He talks to where they buy all the magazine catalog, tells him how much everything, and Mike goes, $80 freaking bucks for a stuffed spider. And it's just funny with him and his grandson. And so they talk. I don't know if this is a true thing for Halloween in real life, but they talk about Cabbage Night, the night before Halloween, where people toilet paper stuff. I don't know if that's a true thing. I don't know if they made it up for the show, but so number 9 is Everybody Loves Raymond. season 3, episode 6, called Halloween Candy. Now this is a funny episode. If you like Everybody Loves Raymond, if you remember it, if you've seen it, Mike, Ray, and Deborah take their kids out trick-or-treating. And Ray's father, Frank, comes over to pass out candy dressed like Frankenstein. And he scares the kids so much that he gives them a handful of candy. Eventually, he runs out and he finds a bag of what he thought were candy coins. And yes, yes. And what he thinks is a bag of candy chocolate coins. But earlier in the night, Deborah and Ray were getting funky, and Ray told her that he didn't like going out and getting certain prophylactics for men. And then the next day he comes home with a bag of, condoms, and they're wrapped like circle coins, and they put them up in the cupboard. That Halloween night, Frank finds them thinking they're candy and starts passing them out to all the kids, thinking they're chocolate coins. And so then they all find out, and then the best part is when Robert, he's a cop, comes and says, I've been getting a bad vibes from this house, saying they're passing out condoms here from this house. So it was just back and forth with Ray and Frank and Deborah and Robert, and of course Marie is just, oh my God. it was just great. So then number 8, and now I know this is probably controversial because of the actress in the show, but back in the day it was funny. But is Roseanne, the episode's called Boo, season 2, episode 7, and they all try to prank each other, and they're really big into Halloween, and they dress up their house like a haunted house, and DJ answers the door. Dan's voice comes out of it like a recording, and they just go at each other, and they just try to out-prank each other, Roseanne and Dan. And at the end, Roseanne is in the garage, and Dan coming in with a Jason mask on and trying to scare her. So, and not a lot of people like the show Roseanne, but back in the day, it was one of the best. It was funny, and until her mouth got in trouble, and so number 7 is The Big Bang Theory. The episode is The Good Guy Fluctuation, season 5, episode 7. You talking about Raymond? Because Peter Boy was in that movie. It could have been. I don't really remember. It could have. If it did, I don't. If it did, I don't recall, because it's been so long since I've seen that movie. It probably did, because he was Frankenstein in that movie. So I apologize for not remembering, but you're probably right. I forgot that Peter Boyle was in that. But number 7 is The Big Bang Theory, season 5, episode 7, and it's about, there has a comic book store that they always go to, and Leonard gets talking to a girl there, Alice, who's really in the comics, and they try to barter over a comic, and some comic with Hellboy in it, and then she ends up giving her his number, and they make out on Sheldon's couch, which I find ironic. And then they just go back and forth, and then he goes and asks Penny, because he has a girlfriend. I think he's dating Raj's sister, and he doesn't want to cheat on her and all this. So it's just funny. With other, and then number 6, and this is the top 6, and this is one of my favorite shows, another one of my shows, not with Tim Allen, but it's The King of Queens. It's called Trick or Treat, and in it, his father-in-law Arthur hates Halloween and will not give in and decorating for Halloween. And Doug gets upset because it's his house. He wants to decorate for Halloween. So he goes over his head and says, "Hey, this is my house. I'm going to decorate for Halloween." And we'll come to find out, he scares Arthur so much that he has a heart attack and he feels all bad about it. And he has to go find him a lemon icy. And then by the end of the show, he finds the lemon icy. He puts the bag on his hospital bed, and that scares Arthur into another heart attack. So it's just, between Arthur and Doug, is just, did anyone do anything? Yeah, I didn't do anything. Joe Fan, I didn't do anything. I was on a stream with Ronnie Trickshot at 6:30, and then I just watched TV, and then I took a nap, so I'd be ready for this stream tonight. So, but that's cool how you took just spend time with your son. I mean, that's the best part of holidays, spending it with family and your kids. So, number 5, top 5, is The Office. It's called Halloween, Season 2, Episode 5. And this is the episode, and I never liked The Office, but I binge watched it, and I laughed my ass off. So, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it was a fun stream with that G.I. Joe episode. But this is episode of The Office where Michael Scott, by the end of the night, has to fire one of his workers in the office, and it's their Halloween party, and they're all dressed up, and he's wearing a paper mache extra head on his shoulder, which is quite funny, and so he's going through the motions of trying to figure out who he wants to fire by the end of the night, and he gets help from Dwight and Creed and other people, and then Creed finally talks him into firing some guy I don't even remember on the show. I think he was just on it for that one episode, but so the cat gets all upset and invites everybody out for drinks, and so it was funny. So number 4 is this show had some of the best Halloween episodes, other than Home Improvement. But this is Modern Family, another episode called Halloween, Season 2, Episode 6. This is the one where Claire Dunphy, played by Julie Bowen, she's really big into Halloween. Halloween is her holiday, and everybody else has other holidays. This is her holiday, and they got another haunted house for kids to come through, trying to scare them, and nobody wants to be there and do their part. And she gets all mad and yells at them and says, "This is my holiday. Why can't you help me?" And so by the end of the show, they all decide to help her and do their part. And it's a different kind of funny, but it's funny in its own right. And number 3, these are the top 3, and these are my 3 favorite shows. And 2 of them do have Tim Allen in it. But number 3 is one of the best shows. And I'm dedicating number 3, who's been dead for 2 years now. That's the great Matthew Perry. So it's a Friends episode, the one with the Halloween party, season 8, episode 6. This is the one, and where Monica buys Chandler a pink bunny suit Chandler comes running out, going, Monica, can I please talk to you for a minute? Can I talk to you a minute? Said, what is with the pink outfit? He said, what? It's cute. I mean, and Rachel was like, oh, you did this to him? And then said, well, what? His favorite book is The Velveteen Rabbit. And Chandler goes, the Velveteen Rabbit was brown and white, not pink and white. And said, well, it was either this or no bunny at all. I said, no bunny at all. And then Chandler and Ross have a arm wrestle competition to see who's stronger, and they're sitting there making these grimace faces, and neither one of them's hand is moving, and it just reminds you that Friends was just a pinnacle of a great show. That one was just one of the funniest episodes. The way he just comes out in this pink funny outfit, and it just shows that the loss of Matthew Perry is just hard. Number 2, Last Man Standing with Tim Allen. An episode Trick or Treat, season 6, episode 5. Now this is the one. If you watch Last Man Standing and their Halloween episodes, this is the one to watch. This is season 6. This is the last season on ABC before ABC canceled it and Fox picked it up for 3 more seasons. But Vanessa wants to have a Halloween party. Mike Maxter doesn't. So then, in order to not ever do a Halloween party again, Mike decides he'll plan the party and make it so bad that she won't ever want to do another party. Well, what he plans is their family has to play each other's family member. So Kristen and Ryan play each other. Eve and Mandy play each other. Vanessa and Kyle, Mandy's husband or fiance, play each other. And of course, Mike Baxter dresses up like Trump. And it goes back and forth. And then by the end of the episode, it's a little bit sadness because that's when Vanessa finds out, because of the end of teacher strike. That's when Vanessa loses her job to pay for the raise of the other teachers. So she loses her job. So it's just between the sadness and funny and happiness. It's just a very, very funny episode. And the way they dress up like each other, and if you've seen the show, it's just, I can't stop laughing. And the number 1 favorite Halloween TV episode is Home Improvement episode The Haunting of Taylor House, season 2, episode 6. And this is one of the best Halloween episodes on any show. I don't care what anybody says. Is when they turn the house into a haunted house, and Brad, their oldest son, has a Halloween party, dressed up. All his friends come over dressed up, and they go down to the cellar. Tim hits his head in the pipe like always, and he's dressed up like a Nana Stein, and they go down, and they're all dressed up. Wilson's dressed like a mummy. Al is in a toolbox with, it looks like his head's cut off, and Randy's dressed up like Al's body with the head cut off, and it's just hysterical. I just think it was hysterical. One of the best of that show's episodes. And if you look closely, you'll see a cameo of the actor Ryder Strong, who went on to play on Boy Meets World. And so just a little Easter egg there. And you probably, if you've seen the show, then, but it's just a fantastic episode. And so that's my list of my 20 favorite Halloween TV show episodes. I hope you enjoyed the list. It is, unfortunately, I think I'm going to end the stream now because it's after midnight, and so I know it was kind of a fast list. I apologize for that. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you all had a good Halloween with your kids and your family. And hopefully I get to do this. Hopefully, I'll probably do another one. I don't know when, but I'm going to try to do this. Make this a weekly thing. Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Joe, for enjoying it. I'm going to try to do this a weekly thing if I can. Think of some lists. I don't know, different lists. I like ranking things. I don't know why, I just do. And so I'll think of some ideas, and hopefully I can do it a weekly thing. See if, so y'all have a good night, rest of your night. Well, enjoy your Saturday morning in the morning. And I just want to, if you do a Christmas, if you do a Christmas, how about a favorite movie list? I can do that. So my 20 favorite Christmas movies. I can do that. I got it. Okay. Well, don't work too hard, Joe fan. But if you're able, if you're not working, I just wanted to do a shout out to the podcast of the Pit, 8:00 in the morning on Saturday morning with Casey and Joe Hunter 73 and Eric Hillbilly Harper. It's a great show, great live stream. Just wanted to shout that out, and you all have a good rest of your night. Get some sleep. Yeah, and thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping in. And I'll do another list probably next week sometime. It'll probably be this late. I don't want to interfere with anybody else's stream. But good night and happy Halloween. That was weird. Night.